Oh, that's awesome. He's looting the safe down below me. I just heard him. He's gonna come up these stairs and shoot me in the face. Or he's gonna do that. He pulled out a smoke grenade, or maybe like he's drinking some milk, I don't know. Holy shit, there's a player. There's a player in my raid. This is not a drill. He just saw me. Bro, who the fuck goes and looks there? Like, what? That dude had to be ESPing. Bro, I almost fumbled the bag. So this is the 3rd floor, right? These are the windy stairs. That's server down there. You can go up another level. You can't use this door. There's nothing on the other side except for a wall. You can come all the way up here and you can look down the staircase, and very few people are going to be looking up because like a lot of people don't even know you can go further up these stairs, but this is a decent spot to sit. Just be careful because if they figure out you're there, it's not an ideal spot to win a fight from. Okay, so the next spot, the staircase where we were just at is right there, up those stairs. So if you come straight across from them on the 3rd floor, open these 2 doors, you can lay down in here and slow lean out. And a lot of people use this to rotate on fights that are happening around black. So they'll come up here and they'll rotate above or they'll rotate below, but there's a lot of stuff that happens here. So if you get a close spawn and you hear like fighting in black, just come sit here. Chances are you'll catch someone on a rotate. Back there is the staircase we were just in. Directly across on the 3rd floor, there's another staircase. This one comes out right beside server and black room. Once again, you can go all the way up to the top here and just stand up here or behind the railing and look down. So the next spot, this is the hallway that goes this way. That's in between the 2 staircases we were just at. Any of these plants here, you can lay in them. You should probably throw your backpack somewhere else though, like maybe just on the ground as a bait. Any of these plants on labs, Like, if people are just running by, they won't usually see you. And if you just lean out like this, find a spot where you're not so obstructed. This whole hallway is right above server and black rooms, so a lot of people use this to rotate and flank and get new angles. So if you just watch this and from any of these plants, you'll probably catch a couple people in a couple raids. So this right here is the first dark office. It's the one closest to the stairs, which are down that hallway. You come in here, there's plenty of spots. It's really hard to see you in any of them, but I like sitting on top of these plants here. The only issue with this spot is you have to break glass to get in. So I'd recommend breaking glass to get in and then break another piece of glass so people don't think that you're just sitting in here. So they think you break glass, come in, loot it, and break more glass to go out. And then you can sit on top of these trees here. You can look down that hall. You can look down here, and you can look across to the other dark office. And it's not a terrible spot, but some people don't even bother with the dark offices. There are a bunch of rare spawns in them, but you could go a whole raid without people coming to loot these. Or you could go many raids with many people coming to loot these. It's just kind of a hit or miss spot. This next spot is in between the two dark offices. This planter has spots you can lay down on either side. This one is probably darkest. That one has a light right by it. I don't know if you can shoot them out. You can't shoot the lights out, so I'd say this plant. You can lay down in it. Shoot forward, and then you can see all of the third floor, the railings, and you'll definitely catch someone rotating here, but you also might get spotted right away and killed. And if there's a cheater in the raid, you're dead no matter where you are if there's a cheater in the raid, so who cares? The next spot is in the other dark office across from the last one, which is over there. You can sit up on this little divider thing, and you can look all the way down this hallway, which is another hallway that people rotate through quite often. Not all the time, but you will catch people, because yellow is right to the left there. Right to the left. Yellow is around this corner to the left. So, that's where we just were. This is yellow. You have to swipe the yellow keycard to get in here. And you can just sit in this corner and wait for someone to come in. You can also look across to this room right here, which is where you flip the switch for parking. And you can shoot through this glass quite easily. I believe you can also get out this window. Oh, no, you can't. Never mind. Okay, this next room is right across from yellow. This is unlocked by default, so if you come in, close the door behind you, and just lay on the ground here, you'll probably catch someone. But you can only really do this if you get an early spawn, because if you don't get an early spawn, someone's probably going to hear you go in here. You can also flip this from here, which will open that gate and perhaps spawn raiders. Next spot, in between the two last spots, you can come out this window here. And you can not fumble the bag. But you should be able to run across this area here. And get up on top of that pipeline. I'll just keep trying until I figure it out. Alright, so you can get up here. I threw everything away, but you definitely don't need to. I was just like not hitting the jump right. And you can stand in this pipe and just shoot out from the pipe. I think you can do the same thing on the other side, or you can use this as a peek into here to see if somebody's ratting. Or you can come all the way over here and just watch the entirety of parking from up here. It's a really nice spot. I've never seen anyone actually rat up here, but it is entirely possible. You just need to figure out how to do it correctly. Alright, so the next room is also an unlocked by default, and the door is closed by default, so if you're going to come in here, close it. You can come all the way back here and lay down and watch this door, but you can also be seen from this side. So what I normally do, and what most people do, is jump up here and then jump up on this shelf and then look down at the door. But a lot of people come in looking at this angle right away because it is quite common. So this is where violet and red are, and you can jump up on here on this AED thing. I think I've done it before. maybe not. I thought that I'd done that before. You get up on these shelves. You can get up here. But since there's an angle right there, people can just sprint across it and see you. So if you're gonna rat in here, do it in that corner, basically. I'm pretty sure you can get on top of this AED thing. Yeah, you can. You can get right up here. Just don't lean that way, because you'll fall off. So here's kitchen. That's where we just were. Everyone knows about this spot. You just lay in these bushes, watch down the long hallway. A lot of people check this bush because it is, once again, a very, very common spot for people to sit. This next spot here overwatches the bridge that connects this spawn back here to the rest of the map. You can either break this window to get down and sit here, or alternatively, you can jump up on this and then jump there. And if the game let you press the spacebar, then you'd just be able to jump up onto the metal ducting. Oh my god, dude. I love how this game just doesn't let you input things when you want to. It's one of my favorite features of the movement, is when you press the spacebar, you think your character would jump, right? No, not in Tarkov. If the game doesn't think you should be able to jump, then you just can't jump. There you go. This is how you get up. Another spot that you can come sit, if you hear a fight happening over here, or if you get a really close spawn, because there's a bunch of spawns up here. There's one at the bottom of these stairs, and then there's one over down at the end of this hallway. So if you get the one really close, you can come open these doors right away, jump up here, and then you might be able to get an angle on them when they come out here. I've never seen anyone sit here, but it would definitely be an off angle, because these people are going to be swinging, looking for people holding this right hand here, but they'd never look in this room. The next and final spot for the third floor is right here in Hangar. You can jump on top of these boxes, over to this C can, and then up onto this C can. At least I'm pretty sure you can get up onto the C can. Yes, you can. And then you can lay down up here. You can watch people that come out of this door. You can watch people that come out of those doors. And you can watch the extract. If you scoot over to the side here, you might be able to see down mid. Yeah, you can see the office, but that's about it. And people that cross in front of here. Not a bad spot. If you have a buddy, you can get boosted on top of that rack there. And you can rat inside, or not inside, you can just rat in up there. I don't think you can make it even with max strength alone, but I'll try it now. Yeah, no, you need a buddy to boost you up there. There's also another spot in black. What I would do is I wouldn't use this door. If you get a close spawn to black room, I'd open this side. And then I'd close it behind you. And then I'd use your key card here. Can you close these doors afterwards? Yeah, and then I'd close that. And this wouldn't be open. And then close this too. And then you can come lay behind here. Ideally with a shorter gun, because mine's really long, they could probably see it. And then when they come in, they won't be able to see you because you're behind this thing, and when they open the door, you just spray into their legs. It's that easy. All right, this next spot is underneath the catwalk that takes you in between the cat side and then the tech side of mid. So you can sit by this plant on either this side or the other side, and you can kind of see out and about here. You can see a little bit of the main floor. You can see people that are crossing. The only thing you really got to worry about is this side, because you can be seen technically from way over there, but nobody really looks down here. You have some pretty good sight lines on either here or the other side. The other side being over by this other tree here. This one has way less cover though, so I'd probably sit in the other one. Alright, this is the medical thing right beside the dome. There's a bunch of rare spawns in here, so very often it gets checked. You can actually jump behind this, desk here. And you can crouch and look down, and you can't be seen at all. And then when you hear someone pick an item up, you just stand up and then shoot them. It's real seamless. You just like, boom, 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 boom. Then they're fucking dead, and they're upset because they don't even know what happened. You can also jump in from the back here. Same with the main floor or the top floor. Any of these planters you can crouch in or lay in, and you're not going to be spotted right away. There's so many of them, I'm not going to go over them all. Any place you see a planter, you can just like sit in, and you'll probably kill somebody, hopefully, if you're not terrible. Alright, the next spot is in Zigzag Hallway. If you come over to this corner, this door opens out to the like wooden area outside a cat. And if you jump up on this box, you can see people coming from that way. And you can also, there's not really a long angle that people will look at you from. They'll probably just come open these doors, and then you can spray these legs. But if you don't get them right away, or there's more than one, this isn't a very good spot because they can just swing you and pre-fire you and you have no cover. But there's not very many spots to sit in the main floor of labs, so maybe you could, oh no, you can't. I thought you could maybe walk through that vent, but it doesn't look like you can. Alright, the next spot is across the hallway. That's the door we were, no, that's the door we were just in. You can come into this dark area, and you can jump up on like any of these beds, really. Not a great spot, because people that come through that door are going to immediately look this way towards the safe. Actually, they might be looking at that door, so this might not be a terrible spot to sit. And also, you can jump up on here, sit in this corner if you want. You also might be able to jump up onto this thing in the corner. Oh no, actually. Oh no, you might hit the roof. But I'm thinking maybe if you could get up on this thing in the corner, it might not be a bad spot. Oh, you can. Yeah, this might not be bad. You could probably get seen through the window, but no one's really going to be looking up in this corner, so it might not be a terrible spot to sit. And this spot has some decent, yeah, a lot of people come through here. Not like a ton of people, it's not the most trafficked area, but it does have quite a bit of traffic because of that safe and because there's rotate stairs all through here on either side. That is basically it for the main floor. So now we're in the basement right next to one of the power switches. What you can do is you can come back here, close this door behind you, and you can stand in this corner with like a subgun and like look down or look this way, ideally with a short gun so they can't see it. And then when somebody comes in here, they're going to be looking at the switch, right, because it's the only thing in this room. And then you can just peek out and spray their legs. You gotta be looking this way and just spin around and do that. You can open all these doors, which is what I would recommend doing. It gives you the best sight lines. You open all these doors, and two of the power switches are in this hallway. There's one right there that powers one of the extracts. The extract is right there, that elevator. And then the next switch is right here in the server drop down. So this door, the switch is right there, the server drop down is there. So what you can do is open all these doors, and you can come up here and stand on these boxes and kind of camp the elevators. Stand behind this big pipe. You can lean out, you can see all the way down to that switch, and you can see down this hallway. If you lean out, you can see better. Just be careful though, because you're crouching when you're here. Actually, you can stand up. You can stand up, do the same thing. It's just hard to move when you're crouching. And you don't have a lot of cover, so can you shoot at the light? No, of course you can't. We're on labs. No lights are shootable. But this is a spot. You could use it if you want. I wouldn't recommend ratting in the basement because you might not see anybody. The whole point of ratting on labs is to get that juicy loot, am I right? And you might not even see anyone in the basement, so what's the point of sitting down here? But I'm going to show you some more spots next to the extracts. That's basically all I'm going to do for the basement. Just the extract spots. Here's the other elevator. The power switch for it is right there. You can jump up and behind these. And then when somebody comes to take the elevator, you just, oh, hello there, friend. My gun is super long, so it's kind of a pain. But you can definitely shoot them, especially if they're right there next to the extract. Just be careful though, because they can see you if they're smart. If they're smart cookies, they'll probably check back here. Here's another spot that I forgot about. This is the sky bridge. I showed you a little spot right there you could sit. But if it's later into the raid, you can come lay down here and just lean out and look all the way down the hallway. Violet and red are right there, and parking garage is right there. So you can catch a lot of people here. High traffic area. You can come into these server racks and just kind of like creep around. All of this glass is wall bangable, so be careful. The servers are not wall bangable, but all of the glass is. And server is a super, super hot area, so if you're not confident in your ability to actually like swing on people and win fights, I wouldn't come in here, because a lot of people are going to be just sprinting by, alt looking around, right? And if they see you in here, I'll give you a live example, a live slug reaction. Say you're sitting in between that server rack, they're going to be running like that, see you, and then they're just going to do that and shit all over you. So if you're not decent at the game, I would probably stay away from server. This is kind of a high skill area. Alright, one final spot that I just found. This is the corner by the dark offices. Here's a medical hallway. You can jump back here and get behind this planter, crouch, and then you can lean out and look down this hallway. Dark offices are pretty trafficked. You can also jump up here and look down this hallway if you feel so inclined. But I'd just sit here. Very crabulated spot. What is up, guys? Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate you watching it all the way through. I hope you liked the little intro thing that I did. I actually used some of the spots, killed some people, and then put them in the video. I don't know why I wasn't doing this before, but it just came to me in the middle of making this labs video. So I was like, hey, I think I'm going to do that, because this one would have been really short if I hadn't. I think I'm going to do it for the rest of them too. Like I said earlier, I don't recommend ratting labs. It's not even fun to play it normally, so it'd be even less fun to rat it, in my humble opinion. But you do what you want. I've provided the knowledge for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the Flipperino and cheese.